this video, Groom Lake Aviation is going to tear down a 3DR Solo. We begin by removing the battery. Push down on the button and slide the battery backwards. After removing the battery, remove all 4 propellers. Next, we're going to remove the GPS cover. This is done by prying up 4 little tabs on the back of the cover and then sliding the cover forward because of some other tabs that you can't see. Don't pull it straight up. Next, the battery tray is removed by taking out the 7 screws that hold it in place. Undo the connector from the motherboard by giving a little squeeze on the tab and pulling the connector straight up. With the shielding removed, you can see the U-Blox Neo 7 GPS module along with a battery that keeps its settings stored. And on the flip side, you can see the antenna. The standard camera mount is removed by loosening 3 screws. The screws are held in with retainers so they won't come all the way out. Also note that there are a couple of tabs on the front legs of the cover that hold it into place, so it may take a little wiggle to get it loose. Once the camera mount is loosened, you have to remove the HDMI cable. Just snake it through the openings and wiggle it around a little bit till you get it out. Okay, next we're going to remove the motor pods. Pry the lens cover off and then remove 4 screws that hold the motor pod in with a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. 3DR recommends using non-magnetic tools here. Once the 4 screws are removed, lift the motor pod up and out. Once the motor pod slides out, disconnect the red and black bullet connectors that provide the power to the pod, and then remove the cable that supplies the signal to the pod. We repeat this step for the other 3 motor pods. This is the motor pod close-up, and from the side you can see the LEDs in the middle and the FETs that make up part of the ESC circuits that control the speed. Next, we're going to remove the legs. Leg number 3 comes off very simply by removing 2 screws. Pretty straightforward. Legs number 1 and 2 have antennas in them. To remove those legs, you peel the cover off and then gently pry the antenna out of the leg. It is held in by a very small piece of Velcro, so gently peel it out, separating the Velcro. Once the antenna is out of the leg, then you can remove the 2 screws just like you did the number 3 leg. It'll come right out. Finally, the remaining leg has the compass in it. You have to remove the little rubber foot from the leg. The compass is held in with 1 small screw here. When we unscrew this, then we can pull the compass out of the leg. Once the compass is clear of the leg, then we can remove the 2 screws holding the leg, and then it comes off like the other legs. A word of caution about the compass cable. It is held in by a small connector near the arm. However, it has a tab that has to be squeezed, but the tab is on the back side, so it's not readily visible. You need to squeeze that tab and then pull the connector. Be careful not to break the connector off by not squeezing the tab. Once the motor pods have been removed, you can pull the wiring through the arms. Be careful as you pull the antennas through as well. To remove the circuitry from the shell, tilt the main board forward and then slide it towards the front of the drone. At this point it is free, however, it is still connected by the ribbon cable here that holds the ribbon cable that feeds the ribbon cable that goes to the connector in the auxiliary bay. To remove this connector, remove these two screws, and then the connector will come out along with the main electronics of the antennas and so forth. This is the main board, and as you can see on here, there's quite a few components, but we also have 4 screws. Those 4 screws are what holds the pixhawk into place. To remove the pixhawk, remove the 4 screws, flip the assembly over, and then pull the pixhawk straight up. Here is the pixhawk. You'll notice that the Wi-Fi board is sandwiched between the main board and the processor board. Looking at the reverse side, we can see the speaker, the HDMI cable that goes to the camera, a Freescale semiconductor microprocessor, a micro SD card, and a Micron Technology 2 gig SD RAM. You also get a better view of the accessory bay connector that takes the bus from the main board to the accessory bay. That's it. This is the breakdown of the Solo. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, or if you'd like to see us tear down a Solo motor pod, let us know. Subscribe, like this video, and share it with friends.